Hey Alphas, and welcome to Early Access Podcast, episode 54. I'm your host, as usual, Angelo, and thank you for listening or watching and supporting the show. My jaw is still all kinds of messed up, so I'm going to try to keep this relatively short so I don't have to talk as much. But I still want to make these episodes for you guys, and I know there's people out there listening. Even if it's not many of you, I still appreciate each and every one of you. So we're going to jump right in, and the first thing I wanted to talk about is a promotion that I'm doing. I talked about in the last episode about how Indoor Kids was doing a promotion where they were crowdsourcing an episode, and I thought that'd be a great way to reach out to the indie community, whether that's other streamers or other podcasters or other reviewers, or if you have a website. So I am doing essentially the same thing, a little bit different, but if you go to the website, there's details on all of it, and I'll explain it real quick. So what the Indoor Kids did is they asked for people to submit a 2-minute high quality MP3 talking about something you like. Now, since this is more of a thing to promote people, I would like to get people to send in something similar, a 1 to 2 minute high quality MP3. Introduce yourself, talk about what you do, and give a little bit of information about where where other people can find you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this for about, I think I might just leave it up actually as like a long-term thing. If I get enough all at once in the first week or so, I'll make an entire episode just out of 2-minute promotion clips for other other podcasters and streamers and YouTubers. But if I don't get enough, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop them in at the end of each episode. So I will take a clip and put it in the episode. I'll preface it, and then this way I'll let you know what episode it's going to be on, and then we can help each other out. So really, it's helping you help me help you. That's really what it comes down to. So don't forget to check that out on the website, earlyaccessmedia.com. It's just Early Access Podcast cross promotion. It's underneath the gaming tag. So definitely recommend checking that out, especially if you want to help out the show and help out your show. I do reach a small audience, and our small audiences can get together and have small audience babies, and eventually we can grow a bigger audience. That's the goal here. All right, so just going to jump right into it to what I've been playing. So it's not up here, but I just tried to play the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Xbox One beta, and it's unplayable. I don't know if you've tried to play it. I Googled it, and it seemed like there was lag issues with the PS3 as well. But on the Xbox One, it's like virtually unplayable. I tried like 5 or 6 matches, and it's just constantly buffering, losing connection, freezing. It likes to freeze a lot. It's just a bad beta, especially for it looks really cool. It seems like they did a lot of neat things compared to the last couple Call of Duty games. I like the different types of characters. Like now there's I forget what they call them. I didn't even play it for more than 20 minutes. But there's 9 different classes that you can pick from, each with their own unique ability, which is cool. Like one of them has like a time shift ability, which I feel like is going to get broken really quickly. One's got ground pound that allows you to see enemies around you. The one character also has a bow, and it seems like as you get more kills or more points, they unlock and you can use them, and it's kind of like an extra little kill streak reward. I think the game plays really well, whatever little bit of it I did get to run around with. The movement feels fluid and different. It's not as floaty and jumpy as the last Call of Duty, but it's a little bit more clean. It's not Titanfall like jumping around and jetpacking your way around places, but they're pretty similar. But this one seems just to be a little cleaner with how they're approaching all of that. I'm just disappointed that the beta is not up to snuff. I would really like to get my hands on it and play a lot of it, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Let's see. Well, I already have the page up. And if you don't know this, I post every video every podcast I record a live stream, like a live video of it. Sometimes I stream them, sometimes I don't. But if you go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/early access podcast, you can watch me talk at you and talk at the screen. So the first game I played is this game called Card Hunter. Now, Card Hunter came out in July of this year, July 13th to be exact. It's sitting at 1,542 positive, 1,542 reviews, 87% positive. Now, Card Hunter is a mix between a collectible card game and a tabletop RPG. They do a really good job of mixing these two together, which I really like about it. I was on the press list. I had never gotten around to playing the game, so a new expansion had come out recently, and I ended up getting a key for that, so I ended up jumping in because Card Hunter is actually free to play. It's not pay to win. You can grind out almost anything in the game. You can pay money to unlock things sooner, and it seems like a lot of the paid options are also for these expansions. So the expansion that I loaded into it was the Expedition to the Sky Citadel. It adds more items, more characters, more costumes, stuff like that, more enemy pieces, more adventures. So Card Hunter is like a CCG, but what they do is, if you look at a game like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, they limit the number of copies you can have in a card, of a card in your deck. So instead of doing that, what they did was they made it so each character has all their equipment, and each piece of equipment carries a certain number of cards. So that's what limits you from having duplicates and multiples of cards in your deck. And then you're also moving around what looks like a tabletop game board fighting enemies. There's also a really deep multiplayer to it. The mechanics in this game are great. It looks really good. It looks like you're playing a tabletop game, and it's free. Like, you can go play all that stuff for free, except for the expansion stuff. But they built a game that makes you want to buy into it later. So there's enough content there as a free game that over time you will want to pay in and buy these expansions because you want to keep playing it. I think it's a really good model. They don't block any of the basic content behind a paywall, but you can get expansions through paying for them. But yeah, Expedition to the Sky Citadel is $13, but it has a whole bunch of new content. It's very hard, but I would recommend checking that out, especially as a free-to-play game. Excuse me. Especially as a free-to-play game, you will get a lot out of it, and hopefully you get enough out of it that you'll want to contribute to this developer, which is Blue Manchu. It's a really fun game. Go check it out. The link will be in the show notes. It's a lot of fun. All right, the other game I played was this game called Crooks The Big Heist. This came out yesterday, and it's a top-down tactical strategy game set in the 70s. It's actually a really cool game. The way it works is you start with a group of thieves, and your goal is to steal something. The game is broken up into stages. You'll get an overview of the stage. You will see where the guards are moving, and then it's kind of like a turn-based action heist game. So what you do is you select each character before you start the map, and you can set waypoints and not just so you can set waypoints so they move to those waypoints, but you can also interact with objects along the way, and the whole goal is to try to not get caught. So you're moving through this scenario. Usually it's a house or like a bank or some kind of place like that, and then you are setting stop points. You're using tools to break into doors, collect the miscellaneous loot on your way to whatever the big prize is at the end of the level, whatever the thing is you're trying to steal, and then you need to escape without anybody getting caught. It's very hard. It's a lot of trial and error. I think it's a really well done game though. Currently there's 18 levels and then a challenge mode. It sits at $29.99, which is a little expensive for a game, but it is a full product. This isn't early access. Like, this is a game with a story and something that they want to get across. Again, $30 does seem a bit much in my personal opinion, but the gameplay is really good, and it controls really well. It's got a lot of character with the 70s theme. You know, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek. It reminds me a lot of the beginning of Austin Powers Goldmember, with the fake Austin Powers movie with, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow and Tom Cruise and Danny DeVito, which would have been a great movie, but they will never make that movie. But it's a really cool game. It's got 12 reviews, and it's 83% positive. But I wanted to point something else out real quick. I posted my review, and I had a couple people say that I was a paid reviewer. I did get the key from a PR company, not even from the game developer. I got it from somebody else who provides game keys for me. Now, this game had an embargo until yesterday when the game went live. So the reason people thought that it was a paid review is because I didn't have enough gameplay. Well, the reason I didn't have enough gameplay is because I play a lot of games that have embargo dates like that offline, because I don't want people to see that I'm playing them. I expected this game to be bigger with like such a strict embargo guideline and everything, but I did play enough of this game to write an accurate review, and so I just wanted to point that out. Like, I'm not getting paid for any of these reviews. I don't know why that comes up like on occasion. It's just like, people just get mad for the sake of being mad because they want to like read too deep into like, oh, you only played this many hours, or you put a YouTube video in your review. People want to be mad about it. So this is for the people that don't think that, but screw those guys. So it's just something that bugged me about that. But check it out, Crooks The Big Heist. I think it's fun if you're looking for a tactical like XCOM ish heist game. I think it does a lot of cool stuff, but you'd have to check it out yourself. Alright, so this game is technically a new release, but it doesn't seem like it's a new release. So it's called Into the War. It says it launched today, the 26th, with mostly negative reviews of 26% out of 500. It's a $5 game. I've never seen that many reviews for a $5 game without any following behind it. But I was doing a little bit of searching, so there's no video, there's no pictures or anything for this game. However, there is a curator that says it's a parkour shooter. So I believe that. Now, if you read the description, it says Into the War was a project created by Small Town Studios. After the original team had abandoned the project, Wicked Flash had taken over with development assistance from Beta Game Studios. And then if you read the most recent update from the developer, which is from the 25th of June, it says that the new management has fallen through. They attempted to gain control of the Steamworks ownership, but the company, the company that's controlling the game has blocked them and kicked them off of the Steam Workshop's page. I don't know why it's re-released. Like, there's no pictures, there's no videos, so I don't know exactly what's going on with it. There's a couple comments in that thread about them kicking this person off of the game that says that the game is dead. It just seems like over the last couple days it's just been like it's dead. And the developer that re-released it is the old shitty developer that abandoned the project in the first place. So I don't have anything to say about this game other than like I would avoid it like the plague. It seems like it's just going through way too much shit to even be worth your time. So Into the War, it says Into the War under construction. So just avoid that game. It's not worth it. Alright, this one snuck up on me here, and I had played a bunch of this already. I probably played like 4 hours of it on Steam online, but Brawlhalla beta is available to purchase now on Steam. Came out today. I mean, it's overwhelmingly positive with 3,700 reviews, 95% positive. It's a really good game. It's a 4-person brawl fighter. Think Super Smash Brothers, but it's got its own unique twist on that with the way the weapons work and everything. It's not as like power based. Like each character is a little bit different. They have 2 different types of weapons that they use, and every character plays a little differently, but it's not like so much super based like a Super Smash Brothers. It's a really good game. It plays really well. The online part of it's really good. The competition's always there. So they released it today with a bunch of paid options to get into it. So if you pay $20 now, you get all the characters. They're called Legends, but you get all the current ones and all the future ones. So it's basically just buying the complete game. You can also buy the collector's pack, which I'm not sure what is in that. Let's find out. Read more. And it doesn't say. Oh, so the base version of Brawlhalla is free to play, by the way. If you search Brawlhalla Beta, it's free to play. I don't know what the Legends, the Brawlhalla Valhalla pack, or the collector's pack include. When you click on them, it doesn't explain. Here we go. The Valhalla pack is a founder's nameplate, exclusive steampunk Valkyrie, and a 430 mammoth coins, which I guess is an in-game currency. So that must be new. I haven't played it in a while. And then the collector's pack, which is $100, is you get 3 beta invite codes, collector's nameplate, special weapon skins, a special champion skin, a special collector's special effect for one of the champions, founder's nameplate, Valkyrie, and 3,400 mammoth coins, which is $150 of value. So you're getting your money worth. Your money's worth. But yeah, Brawlhalla is free, so I would recommend go checking it out. Let me see if I can find Brawl. Here it is, Brawlhalla. I don't know how this works, how to get it for free. I think you might still have to go to the website, so Google that. I think you have to sign up on the website to get in for free, because it doesn't seem to be listed for free on Steam. I don't know why. But yeah, Brawlhalla, it's a great brawling four-player brawler. It's totally worth your money. Go check it out. Alright, so now we're going to actually get into the games that have come out since the last episode. This first game is called Super Kane Magic Zero. This game looks and feels a lot like Adventure Time. That's because the studio behind it, or the publisher, I'm not sure because I've looked it up. They've also worked on Adventure Time games. It kind of looks like an Adventure Time game. But this game, it came out today. It's got 10 reviews, all positive. It is $18. 10% off. It's usually $20, which, in my opinion, very expensive for an early access game. Now, this is a top-down action RPG, hand-drawn art. Like I said, it looks a lot like Adventure Time. Even some of the character designs look kind of like, it just looks a lot like Adventure Time. So it looks like a multiplayer local co-op or single-player RPG, top-down, three-quarter view, kind of like a what was the game that came out on Xbox, and the Xbox 360 did really well, and I cannot remember. Castle Crashers. Castle Crashers was a side-scrolling kind of game. Imagine that, but it's like a top-down 4-person co-op, maybe like a Gauntlet. That's what it is. It looks like a very fun Gauntlet-style game. The price point is expensive, but the game looks really cool. So if you have a couple friends and you guys want to go in and go it together, it looks like it would be totally worth the money. If you're willing to support the game. I don't know if it's worth the money at this point. So I haven't played it, so I don't know. The next game I got for you guys is called Megasphere. Now this came out yesterday. It's got 10 reviews, 90% positive, and it is $15. Again, early access games should not have $15, $20, $25, $30 price points. However, I did recommend Duskers, which is a $20 game, but I feel like that game's way closer to complete than some other early access games that I've played. So this is a pixel art style space game, action adventure, side scroller. It reminds me a little bit of Metroid. The art style is really good though. The color looks great. It's not a traditional 16-bit game. everything's a little bit better looking now because of technology in general. But it's a side-scrolling platformer. It looks really cool though. If you're looking for a new side-scrolling platformer, I'll go check it out. I want to see what the one negative review is. Can't recommend this because it's primarily style over substance. So again, it probably doesn't have as much content as most games do, but it is early access, so you should know what you're getting yourself into. So I don't really find that review important or valid. Alright, this next game is called Valhalla Hills, and this came out the 24th. It's got an 88% out of 76 reviews. Now, this is a strategy sim game where you're controlling a bunch of Vikings. It's got a little cute pixel / it looks like kind of cel-shaded art style. Yeah, so it's like a typical top-down 3D sim game, like RTS. Not really an RTS. It doesn't look. Is there multiplayer? No, it's a single-player. I guess adventure. So you're playing as a bunch of Vikings and trying to please the gods. It looks pretty neat. I don't know much about it. All I know is whatever I've seen in the videos or in the screenshots or what I've read in the description because I haven't played it. But it looks pretty neat. It is $15.99, 20% off from its $20 until the 31st of August, which again is a little bit expensive. But it does have a bunch of reviews, which makes me wonder if this was kickstarted. That one doesn't say it. That one doesn't say it. It's 2 hours in. Concept is really interesting. Lifetime of each map is around 20 minutes. Fun building sim game. Amazing game done by the individuals who gave you Settlers 2. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Which makes me still wonder if this was kickstarted. So I'm going to Google real quick. Valhalla Hills Kickstarter. No, it doesn't look like it. Well, it's not popping up anyway. Maybe Indiegogo? No? Make sure you wait. Nope. Alright, no, it wasn't kickstarted, so that's pretty impressive that it's got that many reviews. I guess it's the type of game that people were looking for, that I was unaware people were looking for it. Alright, this next game, I actually do have it. I played a little bit of it. I just couldn't figure it out. I have to go back to it now that it's released. So it's called Universe Sandbox 2. It came out August 24th. It's got 150 reviews, 98% positive. Wow. It's a $25 price point. Also, wow. So, Universe Sandbox 2 is exactly that. It is a universe sandbox. You can create, you can destroy your own universes. You can mess with the density of the core, like the density of the planet. You can, put a sun real close to another planet and watch it burn. You can put a black hole and watch all of, the Milky Way galaxy get sucked in this black hole slowly. It's a really interesting sandbox simulator, but I don't know what it's for. Because I tried to play it and I get it. It's a lot of fun. The simulation looks really great. It's a really cool game. I don't even know if it's a game. It's a really cool thing. You can get in there, you can manipulate all this stuff, and you can watch it go and everything. But I just don't get it. It's just personal preference. People seem to really love it. It's like, the first one got reviewed really well, really, really good. It had over 1,000, I think. Reviews. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, the first one's 83% with 2,300 reviews, and this one's already on pace in a couple days to, review way better than that. Personally, I don't get it. I mean, I will post a first look of it this week, but it's a really cool concept, and people seem to love it. If you want to watch planets burn and collide into each other, and you feel like you're a god and you're controlling all that, totally go check it out. I mean, I personally wouldn't spend $25 on it, but I can see that there is a niche for this, and people will, and they want to. So I mean, that's why it has 150 reviews already. You got to think about it. A small percentage of people actually post reviews for the games that they play, so it's kind of impressive. All right, so I got a couple more games here. This is running a little bit longer than I wanted it to. This next game is called Bounty Train. 21 reviews, 80% positive, $20. It's 20% off. It's usually $25, which again is very expensive for a early access game. So this is a train simulator where you are building a steam train, running it across a bunch of towns. You're buying new engines, buying new compartments for your train. And that seems about it. You're riding it around, getting money, building a bigger train. It seems alright, but I mean, again, I don't know enough about it to really pass judgment. $25 again seems expensive, and I mean, people seem to like it though. So if you're looking for a train simulator, seems like an interesting version of that. It is a top-down view version. It seems alright. Alright, this next game I'm just basically going to skip. It's got 26 reviews, 42% of them are positive. It's 16-14 because it's an odd percentage off. It's usually $19. It's called Age of Survival, and it's another open world survival game, 3D first-person open world survival game with a bunch of wildlife, which I think is kind of an interesting take on it. But other than that, it's another one of those, and it doesn't seem to be good. Conceptually, it looks alright. You got a bunch of different creatures. It says lists like boar, elephant, lions, hippos. So you're fighting against the elements, the other nature elements. But again, it just looks bad. And the reviews seem to back me up. At least 60% of them. So yeah, more open world survival games. So this next game is called Mighty Switch Force. Now, Mighty Switch Force, maybe I got this confused with the other game. I think I did. Let me check the website. I did. So I said the other game was made by somebody that made Adventure Time games, but I was wrong. It does look, I still stand by the fact that the other game does look like an Adventure Time game. But this game, Mighty Switch Force Academy, is actually published and developed by a company that has done Adventure Time, the Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon Because I Don't Know game. So this is their newest game. It's called, I already said it, Mighty Switch Force Academy. So from what I gather from watching the videos and everything, it's a shooter, puzzle, platformer game. It's single player and it's got local co-op. It is $9.99. It is in early access, and it has 8 reviews, 87% positive. It's kind of just weird. It's a pixel art style game, and I just don't get it from watching the video. It's something that I feel like you have to play it. So you're playing a little pixel character, and you're jumping around through a map, trying to solve puzzles and shoot things. I mean, I get that part of it, but like I don't know how it actually plays because I've never played it before. But again, I like reading the negative reviews. So let's see. There's a lot of things wrong with this game. Now, if it were me, it would have a nice new music, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, it's very nice, switchy, 4C game, and that's good. The price, however, is not good. See, I don't like this. I don't like people that write negative reviews and then say, like, the game's great if it was finished. Like, I get being kind of pissed off about, like, how expensive a game is, and it's only $10, so it's not that expensive. Falls under my threshold for most early access games, but like if price point is one of the reasons you're gonna write and click the I don't recommend it button, maybe you shouldn't be reviewing early access games. Like, I understand the price points are generally high, but a lot of times when they're high like that, and if you do get an opportunity to play it and the gameplay is good, like that price point is probably reflecting the finished product, not necessarily the early access. I like the model of start low, build a fan base, grow the price with the content as it grows. Like, know your end game. Like, if you want to sell it for $30 at the end, start it at $5, and as you add content, raise the price slowly. Steam does give you that option. So I don't understand why people don't do that. But it's not a great reason to not recommend a game. I would do it with a caveat like, hey, there's not a lot of content here and it is a bit expensive, but these are the reasons why I do like the game. Not like I would never not recommend a game because of the price unless it was like a shitty game on top of it, which it doesn't seem to be. So yeah, Mighty Switch Force Academy. Check that out. So that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of Early Access Podcast. I want to thank you again for listening. And don't forget, tell a friend, have them tell a friend. If you like the show, go check out the YouTube channel and subscribe. Early Access Podcast on YouTube. Again, I stream inconsistently, so follow me on Twitter at Early Access PC. I'm going to start streaming through YouTube since they launched the YouTube gaming site. I'm going to give that a try this week. Other than that, click through the Amazon banner on the website. But as always, guys, this is Angelo with Early Access Podcast and earlyaccessmedia.com. And Alphas, I will see you next week. You have a good weekend.